Yeah, currently, you have the two ways to access. You're not landlocked because you will continue to have the existing driveway that you currently use and will use in the future. That's not being impacted. You also currently cross over that parcel that is going to be sold. And that then, once it's sold, becomes a private property issue between you as the owner of this parcel and SPB, whoever is the owner of that parcel. That's just a private property discussion, whether or not they want to grant you an easement over it. That's private property. But so long as you are not landlocked, which I'm not seeing that you are by this decision, then that becomes a private property discussion.
Are you saying that I have legal access?
No.
Well, yeah,
You're using this.
You said I'm not landlocked.
You're using this.
Pardon me?
You're currently using the existing driveway to access your property.
Not legally. Not legally. And only if I go up there with a pickup truck or what have you, okay? Or, occasionally. You go in there, you drive back out. Now, I start building a building or something like that and ask, same as them, and ask for, access through there, I'm going to be denied.
Well, that's speculative, and
No,
that's a future application.
That's kind of a fact. I mean, Dan even, your engineer, your township engineer even agrees with that.
You said you have property issues or access issues. They are what they are today, yesterday, tomorrow. It really has nothing to do with those guys, whether you have what you have. So what if it's good, then you're good. If it's not good, then,
But what I'm saying is, if they build on if the deal goes through and they build on my brothers, that takes away my access out of there, okay, down through Hendersonville. And that gives me, that ends my access. So what I'm saying is that if the township gives them the right to build these units without the conditions that they don't have an adequate access, not only for me, but you, the township, for your salt shed, and West Penn Power. You got to take in consideration too. Are Yuns legal going into there? Did Yuns get permission from the feds, from Soutpointe, from the federal government transportation?
In the first place, it's a PennDOT highway. The feds have no say in it. It's a PennDOT highway. They were involved in the design for it and the stipulations that went into it, but it's a PennDOT highway. So any negotiations
ultimately, the federal feds are the one that makes that a limited access. And PennDOT has to fall by their orders, because that was federal money that built that.
Let me ask you this.
And the feds put on the restrictions.
If you have proper access, if you have access issues, who caused it? Did PennDOT, when they put Soutpointe Blvd through and took that swath of property, did they create your issue for you?
Sure they did.
Well, is there beef with them then? That they landlocked you, or at least they didn't give you a clear, defined access to your property whenever they took that swath? They took some property for you, right?
Yeah, they took a lot of that whole cloverleaf deal.
Was your property?
My
Well, did you know at the time you were kind of being landlocked, or you weren't given a defined right of way to your 2 acres over there?
You know what? I spent 10 years fighting them, Tom. So don't tell me about what I.
I'm asking you. Right?
Well, no. Do you?
About what?
Did Yuns go and get legal rights to access to your salt shed?
Yeah, we got it through West Penn Power.
Oh, West Penn Power. West Penn Power don't have the legal right to give you permission to go through there.
Well, that's our issue. That has nothing to do with your issue.
Well, yeah, but it's a combination of issues here, Tom.
No, I believe, to correct Mr. Sluchak, I believe that West Penn Power does have an easement to access it.
Yeah, they do. Because, again, if they didn't get it, and they weren't granted an easement through there, then they would have had to relocate that substation for them. It ain't no way that they were going to pay all that money to relocate that substation.
And so they made sure that they had access when Soutpointe Blvd was in the design phase.
I mean,
This issue is-
you know, this township, you're gonna tell me that you don't wanna, you know, take this and you're gonna sit back and say, oh, well, that's not the township's problem. We'll just go ahead and let them do what they wanna do, and if you're landlocked, you're landlocked. I mean, come on, this is supposed to be a situation where you look out for all the property owners when a development like that comes into.
Mr.
Now, that
Sluchak,
property is touching that, I mean, that property is depending in long range to be able to go across that property. And once it's bought and sold, they can say, hey, you ain't got access.
Mr. Sluchak, do you currently have some kind of agreement with your brother, some kind of formal recorded agreement to cross over that property?
No, nothing in writing, no.
Okay.
But I mean, it is, you know, it's family.
I think the bottom line is that we're not going to change Mr. Sluchak's situation here with getting this property.
Well, you are going to change it if you put in access in off of Morganza Road, private going up through, and if it's not adequate to service the properties on the other side, you are changing things.
No, we have not changed currently what you're able to do here.
It will be,
Following the dialogues.
once the feds, once they see that development coming in, they're going to be wandering and watching what's going in there. And if you can't get access, hey, you know, that's great. You get access through there, you get permission, and we can use that, that's great.
Well,
But
certainly,
if you don't get permission, you think they're going to give us permission?
well, I can't speak.
Please-
Well, you can't speak.
Please
but
direct
you
your questions,
know
your
pretty much
comments
as-
up here to the chair and the board members.
Pardon me?
Just keep your questions up here to us. For the sake of
Okay,
the
but I mean,
hearing.
again,
We
you know, he
understand.
says that they're not going to change my situation because I still have access. No, legally, there is not, it's not illegal access. And Tom Cassiola and Dan Dizeroff knows that very well.
Very well.
And that's what I'm trying to get to the rest of you board members, that is an issue. And if, you know, they want to build them storage units, great, that's good. But let's not create a problem that's then going to negatively affect the other residents because,
I believe the board understands your situation.
you know,
Yep, thank you, sir.
yes, sir.
Are there any other public comments? At this time, then, let us bring the